everybody. It's me, Stella Wilde. Thanks for stopping by for your November 2018 tarot and energy scopes, I guess we can call them. A few announcements before we get into your monthly. First of all, please subscribe and hit the bell icon if you haven't already done so that you are notified as soon as I post new videos. I do post also a weekly video. Sometimes I do all the signs, sometimes I just do it by element, but you definitely want to check those out. Two other quick things. I have launched a Jupiter in Sagittarius luck and opportunity forecast. It goes sign by sign by the astrological houses, so you know exactly how Jupiter is affecting your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, and your Venus sign. You get all 12 signs for one price. I will put the link in the description. Jupiter enters Sagittarius in November, on November 8th, so you might want to check out that offering. It's over 6 hours of videos. Yeah, 6 hours. And the other thing is that I am running a Halloween reading special. There's only a limited number of those. They're a 20-minute deep dive into one issue, one particular question, one particular issue in your life, because it's only 20 minutes. And I'm the type of person, you probably know if you've been watching my videos the last couple of months, I'd rather go, 1 inch wide and 1 mile deep into a topic than, into all different things. So anyway, if that's of interest to you, I will leave the link in the description. And as always, I really appreciate all of your comments, all of your likes, all of your shares. It really helps me grow my channel and help more people with the intuitive messages that I have to share. So thank you very much. And now let's get into your monthlies. See you on the other side. Okay, Aquarius, so let's get right into your reading. Let me tell you the decks I'm using this month. I am using the John Holland Psychic Tarot and the John Holland Spirit Messages. I am really feeling intuitively drawn to John Holland this month. I have not used these cards in a little while. So, but you can tell they are quite, you can see how bent they are. They're quite beloved. I've used them a lot in the past. I just feel like coming home to these cards. All right, if you've watched my videos, you know that I like to see what the cards suggest is the theme for your month. This is a general reading. If it does not resonate, and it's not going to resonate with everybody, watch your moon sign, your rising sign, and or your Venus sign. Okay, the next thing is I haven't really been doing Celtic cross readings on my channel, but I feel intuitively drawn to doing that this month as well. So this will be a Celtic cross reading. Now, one card's popping out already. One feature of the Celtic cross is usually that there are 10 cards. I like to do what I call extending the reading, and I usually pull a couple of cards in addition to that final outcome card to see where the energy goes, how it flows, how it plays out. So I, of course, will be sharing the cards with you. I am just kind of tuning in. We already have one card. Oh, there's another one popping out. They're popping out. And my lovely cat is walking on all my stuff. You can't see him. He's off to the side of me, and I don't know. He's been good all afternoon, and all of a sudden when I started doing Capricorn, and now you guys, he decided that he really wants to get involved. So I think he has Leo in him. He's an attention hog. Look at him. Okay, I'm putting him on the floor. Let's hope that he stays out of the way. All right, okay, we have a couple other cards popping out. I'm just going to take them. All right. We seem to have a theme of possible love going on here. Let me see what else comes out. At the end, I will be drawing an oracle card to tie it all together. All right. So as you may know, Aquarius, we have retrograde energy all the month of November. We have Venus retrograde the first half of November until November 16th. And that's happening in your 9th house. And then we have Mercury retrograde happening in Sagittarius from November 16th onwards. So it's like Venus gets out of retrograde, then Mercury goes into retrograde, and the energy has a very unsettled quality about it for the month of November. And that's what I'm kind of seeing in your cards as well. So let's see what else we have. Yeah. Okay, this is very interesting. We have a lot of 2s here. We have, let's see, we have 1, 2. I thought I had more than that. Okay, so I have 2 2s, 2 1s. Okay. I'm going to pull a couple more here at the end. Yeah. This, we've had a theme for you. We've had a theme going on for you, Aquarius. If you've watched the last couple of my videos for you guys, for the monthly videos. And remember, look at my weekly videos too, because I do weekly videos and I do messages for either, if I don't do them for each sign, I do them for the elements, but definitely check those out. We have had this issue going on with your work environment, the people around you. You've had some, people just not appreciating you at the workplace for who you are. They've been jealous of you. You've had haters around you. And as a result, you have had, I think, a challenging time to really find your footing, to move forward in the way you would like. That's going to start turning around this month for you. I know in the last month's video, I said you'll have the last laugh, because you really will. You're going to be wildly successful, and the seeds of that are being sown this month in you having new opportunities come to you that it seems like they've magically manifested out of thin air, but that's not really true. They're manifesting out of your absolute clarity with what you want to commit to. And I will show you all the cards and get to that in a minute. But because of all the shenanigans that have been going on in your work environment, it's also affected your, it's affected your relationship if you're in one now. You haven't had the energy to really devote to it because this work situation has been tugging at you. And this cat, I'm like giving the side eye to the cat. He's just wreaking havoc. So your relationship and your money situation, your work life, it's not that they've been unstable. It's just that they have not been in the easy flow that you would like, Aquarius, okay? But that's going to be changing this month because new things are coming in, and it's because you're not settling anymore in your relationships. If you have one now, you're not settling. I have to move things out of the way because the cat just is determined. He's determined. I'm telling you, he has Leo. He's got to have Leo in his chart. He's so stubborn. Leo is a fixed sign. Leo can be very stubborn. And yet, he's so loving. He's got that Pisces Leo, I think, energy going on in him. Anyway, enough about the cat. I will show you these cards. You've had trouble like with the flow. It's all going to change around. Like I said, it's seeming like it's coming out of thin air, these changes, but it's not. It's coming out of you having absolute clarity. And it's this adversity, the adversity that you've had to face with these ridiculous people who don't understand you, who've been hating on you, who've been, let's face it, also trying to engineer your downfall. You know, that's all changing around. And if there is any discord in your relationship, I think there may have been a little bit. I don't see a breakup here, but I see if you're in a relationship, for Aquarians that are in a relationship right now, there has been, there has been some uneasy energy. And it's because you are stressed about these other things in your life. It's not that the relationship is bad by any means. Okay, so let's just get into the cards here. For the month of November, we start out with the Tower card upside down. So this ties into the energy that we've already been experiencing for you, Aquarius, this work energy, these, you know, these shocking things that have been happening. This could be a literal disruption in your work environment that could have occurred, like Hurricane Florence comes in and wipes out the place where you're working. Some other sort of natural disaster occurs and you can't even just be in the workplace. It could be that, you know, computers break down. There is a new boss. There's a new regime, so to speak. And it just is quite disruptive to your own flow and what you want to do. It's adding to the already discordant environment that you've been experiencing in your work life. So that's the energy like we're kind of going into in November. And as a result, you there's kind of so I'm going to say it. You know, we have the Three of Cups card here upside down. This is rejoice in celebration. So when it's upside down, it can be, in normal tarot, when the Three of Cups is upside down, it can indicate cheating. I think what I feel here, because what's crossing it is the Eight of Wands. I feel that you feel, Aquarius, you've been cheated out of your positive movement forward, that there's been a delay. And this is understandable with this Venus retrograde, which is happening in your... It happened in half of your 10th house, Scorpio, and now it's happening in your 9th house. So particularly, you know, for the first half of November, if you're involved with, if your job is involved with working with the public, like in writing, communications, publishing, travel, sales, networking, higher education, you know, some areas like that, you know, spirituality, any of those areas, you have felt like, especially in October, but that energy's holding over into November, that there has not been a positive movement forward and you feel cheated. There's nothing to rejoice about at the moment, okay? It's going to change. Don't worry. It's coming. But that's the kind of the current energies, and it has this element of disruption. You thought you would be further along. You have been emotionally withdrawing from, you know, we've talked about this, from toxic people, toxic situations. You have similar energy to Taurus going on with that. Interesting, both of you fixed signs. Taurus has also been going through a lot of issues of cutting away, you know, people in their life that are not good for them. That's, I think, a similar theme that's been going on for you as well, Aquarius. But for you, it's more in your job area, your work life. So you've been really keeping to yourself. And the other thing is, if you do have a partner, you may not have been totally letting him or her in on what is going on with you. I think that's going to change, but you don't want to. It's not that you don't want to burden them, but I think you've been minimizing it a little bit to yourself as well, and not acknowledging how much it's bothering even you. And so that's why you may not have even brought it to your partner to discuss. But these issues of, you know, feeling cheated out of moving forward out of this toxic stew that's going on in your work environment. But I'm telling you, good things are coming, and there is going to be one new offer at least this month of November. There will be probably by the end of the Mercury retrograde in December. I know that's next month, but you will have many options, many more. I feel December is going to be, even though it's the end of the year and usually things, not too much happens in December, like work-wise, I feel for you, there's going to be some very interesting things that happen. A lot of different offers and opportunities that will come in for you, Aquarius, in December. When we get out of this retrograde, things are moving forward. And like I said, they're not coming out of thin air. They're coming because you're making a conscious decision to will them into being, and you're also using your intuition to do it as well. Your intuition is extremely powerful this month. You must pay attention to it. I'll explain that in a second. Okay, near future, we have the Seven of Wands upside down. Oh, excuse me, no, not wands. This is coins. Sorry about that. Seven of coins. So normally this is upright patience and planning, like you're willing to take the time that's necessary to grow your fruit and grow your abundance. When this is upside down, you're tired of waiting. You're tired of waiting, Aquarius, and it's understandable. It's absolutely understandable. Because they certainly don't appreciate you. You want that positive movement forward. You're being cheated out of it because there's all these fires you have to put out. If this disruption did not occur in your work environment, this could have been a home environment. Like I said, this could have been a home environment. And again, it's like something that's taking you away from being able to, address the issue of moving out and moving on with your work life. But it will be fun. And this is a 7. So I'm telling you, I'm doing this reading on October 30th. So I really feel by the time Mercury gets out of retrograde, that second week, it should be about the second week of December, this is all going to change. This is all going to change. All right. Right now you're feeling like, you're on your last nerve, that things are not manifesting, but that they're going to. They're going to. Of course, you'll have to come back for December's forecast. But all right, in your heart, you have your spiritual union. So your heart is good. That's why I'm saying, like, I feel like if you are in a relationship, it's going well. You have a beautiful card here. If you're not in a relationship right now, I would say that in your heart, you're kind of longing for that, but you realize that you have to get these other issues fixed first because it's a situation that's been going on for a while with your work life, but it will be getting straightened out. So if you're in a relationship, you're having a great month. Great month. Your relationship, if you're in one, is not an issue for you. It's not. You have a beautiful connection with your beloved. It's a real intuitive connection. And I would also say, because in your hope and your fear, we have the third eye chakra. So we have the intuitive chakra. I would encourage you, if you have been in that emotional withdrawal and you haven't talked to your partner about the extent of your thoughts about what's been going on for you with this work life situation, I would talk to him or her because we have this intuitive connection, and because the intuitive chakra has come up for you, I would strongly suggest that you share with them what's going on with you so that their intuition can also tune in for you and give you some extra guidance. I think that would be very helpful. Okay, now, here's where it gets very, very interesting. You're thinking, Aquarius, oh, please, doesn't she have anything good to tell me? I do. You're feeling cheated. The movement's not happening. But guess what? It's coming. It's coming at the end of the month. And look what we have here. End of November. We have the Ace of Coins. Prosperity begins. So there will be a new offer for you. At least one. I feel there will be multiple ones at the beginning of November. Not November, December. Why am I saying that? Because in your outcome, you have the 2, movement, choices, decisions. And the 1 goes to the 2. So there will be one that starts off, in November. Like I said, I feel more maybe the end of the uh, probably the end of the Venus retrograde. So like right before Thanksgiving, there will be, which is I think the 22nd in the US, there will be an offer coming to you. I still feel a lot of Aquarian people are wanting to break out on their own. And I think that, you know, as an entrepreneur, as a consultant, as an independent contractor, whatever the case may be, and I think that that is a possibility. You may get your first client if, you know, you've just started kind of working freelance on the side. You may get your first big client. There's going to be an offer for you. I'm hearing the phrase get a leg up. You're going to get a leg up in November, Aquarius. And by the end and into December, you go to the 2. There will be multiple offers. And this reminds me, this card came up for another sign, I don't remember at the moment, but this reminds me of that old show in the United States, Let's Make a Deal, when you don't know what's behind the doors and you have to choose one. And sometimes there's a brand new car behind the door, and sometimes there's a donkey. Okay. But I mean, I don't think you're getting a donkey. I think you're getting, you know, you're getting some good stuff. And there's opportunities that are coming to you to satisfy all of your chakras, you know, your expressive chakra, your heart chakra, your root chakra, your solar plexus chakra, and your sacral chakra. So your creativity, your will, your security needs, your heart needs, and your expressive needs. So all of these needs are going to get offers that will allow you to experience different things with the different chakras here. So you will have, as the card says, movement, choices, and decisions. So we start out the month of November with no positive movement forward, and look what we end with. We end with movement, choices, decisions. Why do we have movement, choices, and decisions at the end of the month? Because this card is at the top of the spread. You are listening to your wisdom. And that wisdom that stems from your will, your solar plexus chakra. Look at the yellow color here and look at the yellow color in this card. So this, I think, who had this? They had a similar thing. I think it was Taurus. Your will and your wisdom are aligned. They are aligned. Why are they aligned? Why have you done so much work, Aquarius, in the last year in reevaluating your career? Why? Because you're tired, right? You were tired of this discontent and boredom. This is the 4 of Cups. And just feeling like it didn't matter. It didn't matter what you did. They would never be satisfied, those people. Whoever you had to please, Aquarius, at your job. You know, clients, a boss, I don't know, colleagues, whoever. You had to, you know, as Bob Dylan sang, we all got to serve somebody, right? Like, whoever you had to serve, you know, it didn't matter, Aquarius. It didn't matter, like, what you did. They were still like, we don't like it. It's not good. Or you're weird. Or whatever they would say, right? Because as we know from the videos, if you've watched October and September, and you know that they have not been appreciating you. We've discussed this. We don't have to bring it up again. But again, it's like, it was kind of like the last straw. You've just been with this Jupiter going through your 10th house. You're like, you know, come on. Like, I have a lot to offer, and I do not need to settle for this bullshit. And with this solar plexus chakra, it's about asserting your boundaries. It's about asserting your will. And, you know, you've learned a lot. You've learned a lot about that from dealing with this situation at your job. And, you know, it's this book of wisdom that the Hierophant carries. And so when you move into other situations where you're going to have to sign contracts, because Hierophant rules contracts as well, you're going to have to sign contracts and agreements. You're going to be doing so from a much more powerful position, more aligned with your will and what you really want. And you're going to also be utilizing much more strongly too your third eye chakra, your intuition. Now, what's very interesting, as I said, at the end of November. I just feel it's more beginning of December. Jupiter's moving out of Scorpio. It's been in your 10th house, Aquarius, of career, of fame, of reputation. And while that transit can be good, because Jupiter is the planet of abundance and goodies and gifts and expansion, sometimes when a major planet like that, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, even Chiron, I would say, Chiron's not a planet, but when you have a major body like that, when it transits, it sometimes does not leave its gift until it gets out of where it's been transiting. So if you've been feeling cheated with this Jupiter in your 10th house, you're like, well, where's my gifts? Where's my goodies? Where was my promotion? What's going on? It's coming. Jupiter goes into Sagittarius on November 8th. Now, I said this to my Sagittarius lovely people. The moment Jupiter steps his toe into another sign doesn't mean all good things happen in one day immediately. Jupiter is transiting in Sagittarius for 14 months. So, all next year will be very beneficial, especially for your hopes, manifesting hopes and wishes. But go and check out the links in the description, my Jupiter in Sagittarius video series, and you can learn all about that. But my point is, when Jupiter will be leaving that 10th house of yours, of career and fame and reputation, and that's why I'm saying, I think for you, beginning of December, because it leaves a gift after it leaves the house it's been transiting. It's going to leave. This is if you have Aquarius rising, by the way. When Jupiter leaves, it's going to bring you gifts in your house of career. You will have many more options, and the options that you do have will be much more satisfying on multiple levels. So that is why I'm saying, and with the 2 here, that's why I'm feeling it's the beginning after the Mercury retrograde gets over, beginning of December, and Jupiter will have been out of that 10th house. So very, very positive reading. I think just hang in there a little bit longer. The energy is like I said, for I gotta do your oracle card for November. The energy is a little it's not as quick as we would maybe like, but that's okay. There's a reason for that. And, just be patient. Try to manage those feelings. Share with your partner what's going on. And, it's coming. It's coming. Get ready. You are going to have the recognition and the movement, choices, and decisions. And 2019 is going to be a big year for you. Big year. You have Jupiter transiting in that very important house. So keep focusing with your solar plexus chakra on what you truly do want to manifest, Aquarius, because you have the wisdom on your side in 2019, and you have Jupiter on your side to make those things happen. But again, get my video series. All right, let's pull. This one, yes. Receive. You're going to be doing a lot of receiving. There will be one offer at least in November. More are coming. Get ready to receive. You are a kind and loving soul who constantly reaches out and gives to others. This is very true. Aquarians are very generous. But now it's time for you to learn how to graciously receive. Just as with the ebb and flow of the tides, the art of giving and receiving is the natural law and order of the universe. And that is so important to remember because, like I was saying before, you were giving. It didn't matter what you gave to this job, to these people. Okay? It was never enough. Never enough, which is an imbalance in the natural law. You shouldn't have to give so much. Or rather. They shouldn't be taking so much from you. You get my point, okay? There's an imbalance there. I mean, you can give all you want, that, you know, but there has to be, the law is about the law of compensation, the law of giving and receiving. It's an energetic exchange. And if the energy is going too much on one side and too much on another side, like you have the imbalance, right? That's not what you want. So very important. Get ready to receive. Look at this beautiful gift that's coming to you. Look, it's coming. All right, Aquarius. I wish you an awesome December. I'm like in December for you guys already. November. Wonderful November 2018. Please like, share, subscribe. Leave me a comment. Let me know how this is playing out for you in your own situation. And because when I tune into the energy, when people comment, I tune into their energy when I do the next month's reading. So, you know, definitely leave a comment. I would love to hear from you. I hope you have a great month. Take care. Stella Wilde.